Hi, my name is Alejandra Robledo, and I was diagnosed with sickle cell anemia when I was an infant. Sickle cell anemia is a disease that affects your red blood cells, which carries your oxygen to the rest of your body. So usually I'm in a lot of pain. The first symptoms that my parents noticed were the redness and swelling of my hands and feet. And now that I'm older, I have a symptom called jaundice, and it makes my skin turn yellow and also my eyes. And I have to take a lot of medication for it because I'm usually in a lot of pain. And I'm always coughing, and I get really lightheaded because I don't have a lot of oxygen to carry to the rest of my body. I got anemia from both of my parents. It's a recessive gene, but since both of my parents were carriers, they handed down the gene to me. So I'm the one that has sickle cell anemia, and I can also carry this down to my children if my partner has is a carrier of sickle cell anemia also. Some major ethnic groups that get targeted for sickle cell anemia are Hispanics, Saudi Arabians, Africans, and people of the Indian descent. I'm Hispanic, so I have sickle cell anemia, especially because Hispanics and all those ethnic groups are very vulnerable to acquiring the gene of sickle cell anemia. So sickle cell anemia is mainly caused in the distortion of the molecular structure of the hemoglobin. This mainly happens in the beta chain of the hemoglobin, and what happens is it replaces the glutamatic acid with the less soluble amino acid called valine in the 6th position of the beta chain, and this causes it to be hydrophobic with the rest of the strands in the chain. So what happens is that now that it's less polar, it's less soluble to oxygen concentrations, and it has trouble polymerizing into crystals, and therefore it distorts the shape of the blood cell into looking like a moon shape or sickle. So now that the molecular structure of the hemoglobin is messed up, it's now called hemoglobin S, and when it releases oxygen to your tissues, it tends to stick together and clump up the blood cells, and now you officially have sickle cell anemia. Since I'm diagnosed with sickle cell anemia, I'm automatically protected against malaria. This is because my red blood cells are deoxygenated, so this causes my blood cells to be a poor host for the malaria. My body senses that my blood cells are not healthy, so they're sent to my spleen or my liver to be eliminated. Therefore, the parasite cannot live on my blood cells, and it does not affect me. So that's the perk of having a sickle cell anemia, but other than that, it's a very painful disease, and I hate having sickle cell because I have to take medication daily, and my life expectancy is shortened to about 45 years old. So if you guys have any questions, just feel free to ask me.